Hello, welcome back to another Vambient VOD recording. So here we're just gonna talk about a VOD that I actually just watched through, and then I actually did not record my voice. So now we're just going to kind of touch on a key points that I just talked about for 30 minutes. So it might be a little bit shorter than usual because I just tried to record and I realized my microphone button was missing, so it was muted the entire time, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. So I noticed the clear was a little bit I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna kind of speed it up a little bit more. So we're going to come into the clear, and I noticed that it was a little bit slower than, I guess, you do want to try to speed up the clear. We were a little bit slow to the buff because of the ward, but the ward is good information, so we are able to tell that Diana started from top side to bot side. So he started blue and he's going to do the same kind of matching clear. Generally, I think Ambessa on blue side can she can clear at a pretty decent pace, so normally you should be able to get that that scuttle. You should be able to get to that scuttle on spawn with an extra smite. So this clear is a little bit slower than usual, and also it started about 2 or 3 seconds slower because of the ward out early, but it is good information. So yes, these are good pings. I think we forget maybe to ping, we do want to ping more for the rest of the game as well, because I think a lot of the time there were a lot of split calls that happened around the map. We don't need a smite here because we should be kiting a little bit more towards the camp and then trying to hit both at the same, or trying to hit both of them at the same time. I think Ambessa has a pretty decent time dual camping. But yeah, it's good that we noticed that we're a little bit slow to the crab here, so then we can't really get it. So then we are going to reset first and then try to make it to the next crab. However, if Diana just beelines it towards it, then we would just have to give it up and look for either a ganking opportunity with our time. So we can see right now, here is where I would pause and kind of see that, okay, so it's likely that the crab is already gone because Diana's really quick at clearing. He sees us here with the Scryer's Bloom, so we don't really need to go for deep vision. And then because we are invading while in full vision, he's able to ping his team to come and collapse. Okay, so that's kind of what I noticed immediately. And I did kind of just watch it all, so I'm going to just kind of touch over a couple of points while we kind of fast forward through it a little bit. Yes, that is kind of gonna have to be the case here. So we are going to kind of go down from Krugs, right? So we don't want to be double smiting because we already sequence properly. So the way the sequence works is if you go from top to bot, you can smite the Krugs in order to get a faster spawn time on your Krugs, but then afterwards any further smites on your sequence when you're going down no longer helps you speed up your next sequence. So okay, let me try to break that down a little bit more. So you don't want to be double smiting on your first clear or the second clear because it's not going to help in your subsequent clears after that, right? So you're not going to be able to get any faster on the next clear because you'll still be working on the first camp by the time your second camp is already respawned because you smited it earlier. So we don't want to be messing around here too much, right? After we did the scuttle, we should have started the dragon immediately, because look at the top camp spawn timers. If we didn't start it immediately, then we would not have been able to I think it's not too worth it to look for a gank there, because look at the top camps. Basically, if you were done with the dragon about maybe 15 seconds earlier, or I think it was roughly 15 seconds burned, then your top camps would still be up or still spawning at this point. I think just barely up, so you would have maybe only lost one. That's maybe. So I would definitely ping your team to come join you. But yeah, so basically we figured out that Diana has stolen 2. She should have only been able to get 1, and then you also ping your Vayne back so that she doesn't die. So you want to make sure to always ping your team back. So this is kind of drawing into the next point, which is definitely ping your team back for plays that they could have avoided dying to. So this is pretty important for keeping the enemy jungler like kind of down, because I think there's a little bit of mechanical errors coming through, mainly surrounding the ults. I think the other combos you're doing are pretty okay. Definitely, yeah, definitely I'm seeing that a lot. We're gonna try to do blue here. I want to see blue rather than kind of play for the fight. It's good that we pinged that. It's good that we pinged back. That is good. That is really, really good. So definitely one signal back is all that you need most of the time. But yeah, so I would also kind of lean towards doing Hubris first. I am a little bit questionable about the build. So U.GG places Ambessa jungle at around maybe it's fairly low win rate right now, but I think the main thing is Ambessa did get buffed back this patch, so I am maybe interested in doing the Hubris into Axiom Arc build into Death Stance. So I'm not really too sure if that will do better, but maybe try that. Also for Void Grubs, I would definitely kite back a little bit to stack 3 of them at the same time so you can do them a little bit quicker. So the macro concepts are very I'm seeing the results of it. So you're staying like kind of strong on the map, you're getting farm, you're getting basically getting to play on an even footing. This is okay. I would try to not ward so deeply. I think you can ward like so this ward is pretty helpful. You do want to ward for your team. Nice. We are pinging, and then we are pinging for the drag. So this is really good. This is really, really good because we're pinging back on top, making... Oh, wait, actually... Yeah, okay, so this is just a little bit mechanical error, right? So we're charging a little bit too much forward on the Jhin, who's really, really fed, and then that is going to cause some issues. But I do like the ping on top to kind of force them to play back, and then we're going to try to take the 3v2 fight. I think just mechanically a little bit misplayed, but I think it was good odds that you would win that fight just because it was a 3v2. So it's good to recognize that, hey, Diana is away right now. We're going to play on the opposite of the map, and then we're going to try something even though we are far behind. So it is good to try that. I think the execution was a little bit off, mainly just the missed ult, but it is good to try that still. But you want to just try to play opposite of the map when the enemy jungler is ahead on kills. You can farm the opposite map and just try to recover your game that way, and then later on you'll be able to shut them down if you've been farming up pretty well. So definitely try to hit more ults. I think we miss another one here maybe, or I'm not too sure. I think yeah, just try to run away here. Running away is good, and living is very good. And then we are just going to buy items here. So going to fast forward a little bit more here. Oh wait, no, too much. Okay, so going back to the situation, we're coming out of base. That is starting out the rift. So we're going to head over to top. You want to ping kind of on the way, or even just kind of back. I don't think we're pinging too much. We do end up missing another ult, and then that kind of costs us a kill. So definitely need to be a little bit more cautious when throwing out the ults, because he can see you throwing out the ult, so he's gonna run away from you. So if they can see you, they can play against you. So if they can't really see you, then they have to guess, and guessing is pretty difficult even for challengers. So we just kind of want to keep this in mind. I think here we end up, yeah, so we do want to kind of take a look at tab a little bit more. I think taking CS is good when your laners are dead, but try not to do it when they are alive, because you just kind of want them stronger to be able to help you. I think, yeah, try double camping a little bit more on Ambessa. I think we don't have too much experience doing that, which is completely fine. We are learning Ambessa right now. Ambessa is very strong in the right hands. I think some of the top junglers actually play Ambessa all the time in the high elo, so it does work. The champion has a it caps very high in terms of damage and kind of what you want to do. This does land, and because it does land, we get the kill. So whenever you hit that ult, it feels really good, and we're basically farming kills off of that. So it is really good to hit that ult. We're gonna get our second item because they are shut down. But yeah, so this is why dragons matter a lot, is because when you're trading gold back and forth like this, the permanent stacking buff of dragons still stays. So basically you can always come back. You have very high comeback potential as long as you're getting the dragons. It looks like they're getting the dragons this game. At least it's like they took 2 and you took 1. So taking that 1 is pretty important. It stalls out the game before soul a lot better. But yeah, you do want to kind of mobilize the team and try to get the soul. Here, I would definitely try to give your Vel'Koz more gold because he does do a lot of damage as a glass cannon. Unless he's like support Vel'Koz, and then in which case you take the gold. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. We kind of want to be careful about throwing abilities in front of them because especially the ult is a little bit difficult to hit. I like the decline of the surrender vote. But yeah, here we're going to go back to camps. We want to still try to full clear sequence down. I mean, I think maybe it's difficult to do in that situation because you want to just take raptors and run. But yeah, if we can find opportunities to take camps, then we definitely do want that still. Ooh, this is very, very close by Diana. I think he's... If people could use, like... If your team could use, like, any abilities there, I mean, honestly, it's just a very, very tough situation to play because everybody is doing so poorly. Here, I think they kind of throw a little bit, so you can come back a little bit more. I think right now, though, the main thing is we need to see more pings out from the team, from the boys. Like, you are doing the best on your team right now because there's... Honestly, everybody's, like, a little bit... they're not too coordinated. We do need to re-coordinate the team with pings, like assistance pings or on the way pings. And then when you want the team to back off, you want to do retreat pings or danger pings. So you just have to... I did see some pings earlier, so I'm not sure where it went. So, you know, you are able to ping them and kind of try to coordinate your team that way. So I do want to see a little bit more of that. You can also kite the camp a little bit further, so you can double camp it. So we kind of want to play avoidant here. So notice that whenever you're in... Oof, yeah, okay, so just barely missing the ult, right? And had you hit the ult, it would have been a lot better. I think you would have survived there. So Vayne getting a massive shutdown is very, very big. Shutdowns are very, very huge in Season 16. If you don't have shutdowns, you will suffer... Like, you will not be able to catch up. So, right, just gave shutdowns for the losing team or team that is behind. So generally in higher elo, if people even throw once, like let's say you throw your shutdown like one time and enemy carry gets like 1,000 gold, that's a massive swing. It's usually game deciding. So Vayne getting 3 kills, we have to kind of recognize this. Vayne's going to be very, very strong moving forward, so we kind of want to play around Vayne a little bit more, and then we want to kind of, if you see your camps are up, I mean, getting mid pro is good and all. This is just, I think, very, very close. If you got this, it would have been 1,000 gold shutdown. It would have turned the entire game. So I would also try to open tab a little bit more to see what's going on in terms of item build. If you can try to make your guesses as to who is strong, who is not, and what are they building exactly, and will they be tanky or not tanky, like who can focus down. Like, definitely open tab a little bit more and try to assess the situation. But yeah, it's completely fine. If you can tell all the information from like a little glance, then props to you. But it's even hard for me to do that right now because I kind of have to look at tab a little bit closer and then just try to determine, you know, all this information from the screen. So definitely try to kind of assess tab a little bit more. I'd be a little bit hesitant with taking too many waves from laners. They tend to not enjoy that, but I think other than that, we're getting a very good pick on Jhin. This is where we should have pinged back. Vayne is just solo playing himself. Nobody else wanted to go in, and then you guys go end up going down. Literally, Vel'Koz is in base, by the way. So definitely pings would have saved the game there. You're gonna get shutdowns. You're gonna farm them. They barely end here. It would have been a very close match if we kind of shut them down. So or shut them down and kind of backed off afterwards. So definitely that is kind of what I'm seeing. Those are kind of the thoughts. I don't think I'm missing too much here. Play a little bit slower on the ults. Definitely try to ping the team back more, and then try to play opposite of the map if you know that he is a little bit more accelerated than you. So try to be a little bit more confident when starting Dragon, because waiting around is not very good. But yeah, other than that, I think we pretty much just watched the entire thing. I'm not really going to be harping too much about mechanics, so it's mainly going to be about macro. I don't really, I'm not like one of those guys that are like, yeah, your mechanics are, not there. You don't play like your challenger, so that's why you lost. But honestly, like, I don't think you lost because of mechanics this game. I think that it was mainly just decision making alongside rotation. So moving across the map and playing with the team, and then also pinging your team to do the same thing as you. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will be uploading this shortly. So thank you, and I will catch you guys next time. Also, a YouTube video like this is perfectly fine, guys. So in case you guys want me to review yours, let me know. So this is a good format for me.